Greetings and namaste. I'm Solis, and I'm here with Samantha King of Bloomington, Indiana. Today we're in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeehaw!
Don't ask us why we're here. Anyway, we wanted to get together, and Sam is taking the Storytime Yoga teacher's training, and she's been teaching children's yoga for a while. And so, Sam, tell me about your classes of teaching children's yoga before and how they have changed using the Storytime Yoga method.
Sure. Well, the first time I attempted, I've been a yoga teacher for a while, but the first time I attempted to teach kids, my son was almost 2 years old, and so we went into his Montessori school, and I said, I really love to teach these kids some yoga. Would you mind if I borrowed some and we'll give it a whirl? And I think yoga is so powerful, and I really want to pass it on to these kids. And they're like, okay, sure. Go in this little separate room here. So let's take 5 or 6 kids. They're 3 to 5. Sure, no problem. So we go in the room, and it's utter chaos. There's kids running around, and I try to sit them down, and let's do Om, and maybe they sat down for the Om, and then maybe for, I would say, 2 poses. It was the craziest, longest 30 minutes of my life, and I remember leaving that thinking it was the most useless class that I thought, maybe I really want to teach kids yoga. And then after that class, I thought, I do not want to teach kids yoga. It's too hard and crazy and useless. So fast forward maybe 2.5 years, I get a little better at teaching toddlers and knowing what they need to kind of get their attention. And then I stumbled on the Storytime Yoga path, and I started to do the training. And so what I learned is there's this fantastic way of bringing the kids into the moment using the story, the puppet, and kind of get them entranced into the magic. And then once I have their attention, it seems like they're ready, they're open, and they're enchanted. And they want to do this. They want to follow me around. What's going to happen next? And that's a crazy pose, and let's do something creative and fun. And it's just been really amazing. I've started to do a yoga class for kids in a museum, which is really fun. And so every time I do a different story, we're in a different part of the museum, and it goes with the story. And I think what I love best about the Storytime Yoga method is it's not just here's an animal pose, here's another animal pose, and here's a song. It's more about getting the kids into their imagination and connecting them to that mystical element that's out there, that creative force. And then once they feel that in themselves, you see them really open up and shine out. And then it's let's just keep teaching them and see what else they can absorb. It's like they're little sponges. It's been really great. And I have a really good thing to share with you about one of my students. She really liked this mantra we did. We do it. It's called I am happy, I am well. So we say, I am happy, I am well. I am happy, I am well. I am happy, I am well. And we go on like
Catchy
this.
tune.
And they get really into it. And at this point, I stopped for a while, and they kept doing it. All right, one more time, kids. And then we go around and we say, well, what else can we be other than happy? And the kids will say, well, sad. And I say, oh, are you sad sometimes? Well, yeah, this morning I was a little sad when I skinned the knee. Oh, yeah, that happens, but then you're sad, but then you're well. And I'm sad, and I am well, and I am sad, and I am well. And then we go around the circle, and we all do a different little emotion, and you get to learn a little bit more about the kids. And at that point, in the end of the class, they're a little more open to you and to talk and everything like that. So we ended the class, and one of my students, I heard from their mother, and they said, she was going into a dance class, and she was really nervous and scared, and I hear her say, I am sad, or I am scared, but I am well. I am scared, but I am well. And she takes a couple feet into the dance classes and says it again, and it kind of gave her the courage, to know that even though you're scared or sad or mad, that it's okay. You're still well. You're still safe. And so it kind of gives them a little tool. And she was only 3. And it's kind of amazing that 3-year-old can pick that up and use the yoga as a tool in their life. It's amazing.
That is beautiful. Thank you, Sam. That's true. The children, they hear that imagination is an inner reference that Storytime Yoga puts them in touch with. The image, the mantra, you created a ritual, the sacred space, as opposed to just, okay, class, we're going to do this next, that a lot of people will use. And that disembodies children. The Storytime Yoga gets us in the body, and they have a relationship with the teacher, and things just get to be fun, and they use those tools. We give them those tools to use in their life. And the thing I want to point out is that's your original little story. The practice in your little mantra. I am happy. And in Storytime Yoga, I give you a lot of license to create your own stuff. You'll find your own creativity and explode. You're making up your own things for teaching kids in their class. And sounds like you have a lot of creativity going on in your.
Yes, and they love the Namaste song. You know, they are like, oh, we're ready to sing the Namaste song. That's like the favorite.
Good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, fun. Well, teach kids yoga, teach them with stories, and join us for some Storytime Yoga. So, signing off from Nashville, Tennessee. Namaste, and have a magical day.
Namaste. Y'all.
Thank you, Sam.